This is Big Jeff, YSL Loaded, YSL Records, and I would like to thank Teleah for doing this interview for me and invite me to her set. And this is my first interview ever since I've acknowledged myself to the world. I want to thank Teleah and
Saturday Night
Buffalo.
Did you hear it? What's up? You already know who it is behind the camera. It is me, the Teleah, host and executive producer of Saturday Night Buffalo, guys. This is probably, I want to say, the most in-depth, personal. This interview is for the community, guys. I don't usually do. I don't bring celebrities to the in front of the camera. It's kind of my claim to fame, but this one, it was a little bit special. So, guys, I'm pretty sure, unless you're very, very, well connected, you're not familiar with this man. But this is Big Jeffrey Williams, and I like to so honorably and so humbly thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your appearance on the show. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great.
Listen, I like to start off by thanking so humbly Saint Soprano for introducing me to you. I love your energy. My dad primarily raised me, so okay. I enjoy being around dads. It feels very familiar to me, and like I said, I don't usually do celebrities, hot shots, or too big up. I don't want my smaller markets to feel as if they can't compete with other people that I'm covering. But I had this idea, and I didn't talk to Soprano about this at all. He just knew I wanted to interview you. I had this idea that I really despise the term Black History Month, honestly, because it's so degrading to us and our culture and our stolen culture and so on and so forth. But we're going to be recognized regardless and everything. And I usually keep it very music, and I'm going to touch upon the music. But I was so inspired and so touched to see how involved, and I mean seriously involved, you are with your son, who happens to be Young Thug, and I didn't mention that at the beginning. But to see him, I'm a personal fan of Thug. I've been a fan of Thug since he came out. I've watched his whole career. I've watched the different moves he's made. I've watched. He's a marketing genius. I'm very much into marketing. So if you're into marketing, that's somebody you definitely ran across over the few years. He's made a lot of bold moves, and I was so, I think, touched and inspired to see that behind the scenes, this is, who's, a powerhouse, his father. How, that's crazy. It's not, there's not in the Black community, we struggle with, the family structure and, especially on the paternal side. So I definitely want to get a little bit into where you're at. This is kind of, I'm talking to the rappers and everything else, but I'm talking to the dads today,
Yeah.
Because it's not too many role models we have in our community. It's not too many Big Jeffreys. It's not. It's a lot of rappers. It's a lot of labels, but this is really, really special. Can you, how the hell, when your son came to you, when said, Dad, I'm a rapper, what was your initial dad reaction?
Well, first off, he never wanted to be a rapper.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, if you ask him why did he want to be a rapper, he will tell you he never wanted to be a rapper. It's a personal thing for him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And as far as being into rap, he's been into rap since 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have never thought he'll be into entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was sports.
So was it like a regular dad, like, oh, okay, boy? Yeah.
No, he gave me the idea.
Okay.
When he was 8, 9 years old, because he had an idol.
Okay.
And believe it or not, his idol was Lil Wayne.
I
You know,
love
and
Lil Wayne.
you know, I don't care what it was. If Lil Wayne made it, Thug knew it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all day Wayne to where he's actually took whoopings. For Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because I have a deaf ear to rap.
How did you feel about that? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, my dad, he kind of introduced me to music. When I was little, he like, this is the Sugar Hill Gang, and this is who started this and who started that. The Rakims, the Eric B's. He kind of walked me through hip hop.
Yeah.
But then as I got older, he was not, as hip hop took a turn from y'all era. He wasn't too big on me with that rap shit. He hated it. Like, this is so degrading. Why are you listening to this?
Yeah.
What was your dad perspective from him, idolizing Lil Wayne so much?
It was kind of awkward at first.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I have a deaf ear to rap, and me hearing it, I hear it and don't hear. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because I'm a smooth groove. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right. Old school.
When he rides with me, he listens to smooth groove. And when he ride with his mother, he listens to smooth groove. It was very rarely you'll get in one of our vehicles and it was rap on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
you know, that was something that they did in their personal space.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, but other than that, you know, for probably maybe 4 or 5 years, you know, he had someone that was promoting him, but you know, they couldn't promote him. He was, you know, he was too strict. You know what I mean?
I can see it.
Too strict. So, you know, it's just, and it followed him. You know what I mean?
I can see
So
it.
once he went through the altercation we went through with one of my sons, which is now in the industry, which is Umfum, that's really who he followed. You know what I'm saying? And by us going through a situation with Umfum, that made him stay in the studio. You know what I'm saying? It was basically to stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So
A lot of young men, especially, I deal with smaller markets, they're using music to, keep themselves out of trouble.
yeah.
As a black man that, you didn't come from where we came from. Your generation is nothing like our generation. How does that, what's your perspective on that?
I get to, you know, the way they was raised. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids today are raised to be able to do any and everything they really want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people have taken it for granted. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to be able to do, but you still have to have rules and boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And today's kids, they don't have a boundary. Today's kids don't fear anything. So it's hard to counterplay with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so my perspective of dealing with them and how they accept this music, the music entertainment world, if it'll keep them out of trouble, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just released a mixtape.
Okay.
June the 12th of last year.
Okay.
And on that mixtape is a lot of artists who was trying to be heard. So I just came to a conclusion that I would try to give kids who want to be heard a chance. Because, you know, like you say, the superstars don't listen no more.
Right.
They don't listen because, for one thing, they don't have time.
Right.
You know, and then on top of that, you got, 20,000 to 1 trying to be an artist. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So you can't really hear everybody. But, you know, we can come to some kind of agreement to where everybody can just put them out. You know what I'm saying? Give them a chance.
Okay.
You know, it is, to me, it's not about who's next, because you never know who's next.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't get locked into that. I'm giving them a chance to be heard. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, you know, once they be heard, hey, you control your own destiny.
Let me ask you this. This is a little deeper, and I know, and the black community kind of need, this question. When you and yourself was like, Was there ever really a day that you and Thug's mother had to have a conversation like, our son, this is the path he's taking, he's, chosen entertainment, how did that, if you did have that conversation, how did that happen, and what was the result of it?
When we had that conversation, me and Big Duck, Mama Duck is everybody knows.
Mama Duck.
When we had the conversation about our son transitioning to music,
Mm-hmm.
I think to her it was a relief.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And to me it was more personal. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in the entertainment world before. And I know that, certain obstacles you got to go through in order to succeed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I became more than a protector more so than, that parent that wants to see his son as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I knew my child. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's hard to deal with him. It's hard to deal with him. You know what I mean? So I had to really become that protector to where if I see things going one way, I go to him, give him my advice, leave him alone.
Let me ask you this. It's a lot of people who don't have parents, let alone parents who support them and have been there and have been there since day one. It's not something they just threw away. Do you think that your son would reach the height of success that he has if one of you guys wasn't as supportive?
I kind of do and I kind of don't. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, it's hard to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? On a control base.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, and it's because of how he was raised. You know what I'm saying? Our community was a family community.
Okay.
We wasn't a every man for himself community.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he knows how to be passionate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like no one is a stranger to us. You know what I mean? And that's what we instilled in them. No one is a stranger, but one thing that we do believe in on the highest level that you can ever get to is loyalty.
Absolutely.
So it's not about friendship. It's not about who has the most money, who can get the most money.
Right.
We raised our kids in our community off of loyalty. And once you show that you are disloyal, it's like we lose it. You know what I'm saying? In this land of no return. So, loyalty in the music business is hard. It's hard to find loyal people. So, I'm just band with it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm just hoping that, he's gotten older and he's progressed. You know what I'm saying? And he's got to a level to where, he understands now. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's been instilled in him. And I've seen that over the last 2.5 years, that he has matured greatly.
Let me ask you this. A lot of your peers can't say that about their children. I'm sure some of your peers have lost their children over the years. How has that affected your friendships and, the people that you get to be around, due to your son's success?
Basically, really, it happened.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing.
The guys who I was raised with and, did myself dirt with, they've always known me not to want to be the most seen person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on the glamour and the glitz. You know what I mean? So once it happened, I was always faced with, hey, your son this and your son that. I know you did. Hey, man, that's my son. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my son money. That's my son's job. You understand?
Right.
To me, it's a job. I went to work every day. You know what I mean? My kids never saw the street justice that I did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They always seen dad going to work, come home, kicking with the fellas, but anything I did in the street didn't follow me home, so they wasn't accustomed to that. It was like they was actually sheltered in the projects. You feel what I'm saying? But they saw what happens in the projects. You know what I mean? So, it is, trust me, my peers, they know.
Okay.
They know, Big Jeff don't roll like that. You know what I mean? I don't try to live off their glamour. I got other kids in entertainment.
You know what made me admire you so much? I swear. My dad is hilarious. Listen, my dad was always very, very pristine with his look. He keep it clean, keep it real clean, but he never really believed in the glitz and the glamour and all of that. Just as long as it's clean, as you see what I'm saying? My dad is about 60, like his early 60s. And I saw you and I kind of laughed to myself like, that is definitely a dad. They just don't be with that shit. That's my kids. Please don't confuse that. I thought that was, that tickled me a little bit. And, not only do you're kind of, you play a father figure role to a lot of people now. You play a very big role in a lot of people's life, including Saint Soprano. And I do want to definitely humbly say that's why we're all here. How did you run into Saint Soprano?
I met Saint Soprano through one of my kids.
Okay.
And, like I say, we're not new to strangers, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he kind of grew on me, you know what I mean, from being in our circle, you know what I mean? So it was, it was a real, I can say it was a blessing for him to come into our circle.
That's
you know what I mean?
thing.
So, the things he do, I like the way he carry himself. I like the way he, handle his business, you know what I mean? So he fits the program. You know what I'm saying? He fits the program. He has everything that YSL has.
That's a beautiful thing. That means a lot, from us coming from Buffalo. We still do not have nowhere near the type of resources and opportunity and resources, money. It doesn't exist in Buffalo. It's not a major city. They're not really, because we're doing really good now. I'd like to, definitely acknowledge that progression. Knowing that, and you deal with a lot of people, you deal with a lot of big people, small people, medium people. What would be your advice from a father's perspective to these young guys trying to break in the industry? These niggas will sell their soul for opportunities like this. What do you have to say to them?
To the people who are trying to break the doors down to get in the industry, whether they're young, middle-aged, however, just be real. Just be yourself and be loyal. You know what I'm saying? Be loyal. Because, at this stage, from my observance, I've observed a lot of the guys who are on top, and they're really trying to shy away from that gangster act. You know what I'm saying? Not saying gangster act because a lot of these cats, we just gonna be real. It's not them. You know what I'm saying? So, stop. I want them to stop trying to be more of an impress and just be loyal. Just be somebody that's trying to learn how to get into this industry and get you some money. You know what I'm saying? There's enough money for everybody.
What do you feel? Because we know why. It's not a secret as to why, our community acts the way that they act about power and fame and so on and so forth. There's been a lot of damage done to our people.
Yeah.
And we know why these things are happening. We're not oblivious to it at all. How do you feel, where do you think the balance is finally going to come in where, we can have music that doesn't have such a negative repertoire? Do you feel like it's coming? Do you feel like there's a place in music for it?
Yes, I do, and that's the path that I'm on right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want the artists to start thinking more of the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put YSL Loaded in a perspective of being a respectable label. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To where everything that the artists make, the kids can listen to it.
Right.
Your grandmother can listen to it. You understand what I'm saying?
Do you feel like both types of genres of music can successfully exist?
Yes, I do. But we gotta, but us as managers,
Mm-hmm.
we got to start pushing it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We got to start installing it somewhere. You know
Right.
what I mean? You know, and right now, I'm trying to use the kid that's under us by the name of Corey J. And he's from Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
You know, he's well nourished, intelligent, can talk greatly. You know what I'm saying? You know, his father is his manager. You know what I mean? So they actually go from city to city.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's only 13 years old. So I'm trying to use his face to create that type of music style. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we're gonna do a lot of things with him this year, hopefully.
I'm looking
We
real
have
forward
done a
to
lot of
it.
things for him this year. He's on the internet. He's been out since he was like 6-7 years old.
Absolutely.
And that's the stepping stone to start cleaning it up for the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you took the time to talk to me, and I'm so glad that you. I'm so glad to be able to provide this perspective. This is a lot of people need this. A lot of people, even if they don't watch for maybe 2-3 minutes of it, they need to see like, wait, I never knew that. Did you know that Young Thug's father works for him every day? Did you know that, he's still being a dad? Do you know this is, I guess you could say a family business, very successful family business. Everybody plays a part. Everybody knows their role. Everybody contributes in a different way. It bridges the gap between the young and the old. You see what I'm saying? And I'm so grateful to be able to provide this to my audience, because in the industry, I do have to cover a lot of negativity.
Yeah.
And I wish I could cover more positivity. But it's part of the game. It's part of the game. So
Yeah.
you gotta blend it in. Good. Nothing negative exists without positive. Nothing positive exists without negative. How many kids do you have?
I have 52 kids that I have raised.
Wow.
I got 26 sons, 26 daughters.
Wow.
And, they're all in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? And, I have 3 more kids that's in the industry.
Oh, okay.
Dora and Dolly,
Okay.
which is how Dora and Dolly now. And Uncle.
Shout out to
You know
Uncle.
what I'm saying? I have a son that's the owner of a bakery.
Okay.
He has his own bakery called Found the Course. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to run with the money. You know what I mean? So it's expected. You know what I'm saying? I want all my kids to be great at something. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
if they can't be great at something, get your 9 to 5 and just live life. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not supposed to be an artist.
Okay.
Everybody's not supposed to be a ball player. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not meant to be an entertainer. So find your neck and just stick with it. You know what I'm saying? It'll happen. It'll happen. You know what I mean? And, we just need to start enforcing that and instilling it into the kids. You know what I'm saying? So, and we gotta stop being closed mouths to giving these kids nourishment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you see them talking reckless or you see them going the wrong way,
Correct them.
correct them.
Talk
You
to
know what I'm
them.
saying? Some of these kids, honestly, I have ran into a lot of kids that just by me just giving them some type of nourishment, hey man, they have changed remarkably.
A lot of people, they don't understand that they have these negative, terrible ways they're not cared about. They don't feel loved. They don't feel cared about. Sometimes they don't come from a loving home. They come from broken homes. You don't know what people deal with. And it means so much, you know, to see that somebody just cared enough to take the time
That's
to
right.
say, no, you're better than that. No,
That's
you
right.
could do it like this. Don't do it like
Yeah.
that. You ain't gotta be like that.
And you know, it's because society is scared of it.
Right.
You know, you can't, if I have children, why should I be afraid of another child?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, this might be one of my children's friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, everybody's connected somewhere down the line.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't have a silent bone. You know what I mean? You know, I can talk to the devil. I think I can.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I just feel, you know, I know how to talk to people. So I think I can calm the average gangster down and let him see he's not really that gangster. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
you know, they said, don't make me go old school.
yeah, so we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Honestly, we gotta stop protesting the wrong things.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Certain things that we protest is not worth the protest because we camouflage.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We camouflage. You know, so it's a lot of things that I agree with, a lot of things I don't agree with because of how it's being portrayed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I just speak on it.
What is your message as a black man who's raised other successful black men to black men trying to raise successful black men?
My message to them is I learned this when I was 17 years old because I left home at 13, never been back.
Wow.
So I left home being a man. And what I've always, you know, spoke on is anything you want to do in life, you gotta have structure. You gotta
Woo,
have
that's
structure.
big. Very
You know what I'm
big.
saying? You know, so if you sit down, put your plan together, construct that plan, don't let nothing or no one interfere with that plan. You know, sometimes we have to leave people behind in order to go forward. So
Can you
that's
say that
my
one more
advice.
time?
Sometimes we have to leave people behind in order to go forward.
Cut.